Hello, everyone. Hi, Brooke and Wondrous Natures. Sorry, trying to read while moving something. Just popping out my chat here real quick. Well, I hope everyone is doing well this evening. I normally don't stream Monday evening, but this is just kind of where it fell in my schedule because, yeah, this week my son has a ton of soccer tournaments, so I won't have much time to do it at any other time. But today I thought it would be fun. So I am hosting the Janna in July 2023. And then, of course, my lovely friend Erica is co hosting it with me. She's actually way more on top of Instagram right now than I am. But every July we do the Janna in July. So that's basically all I'm working on is Janna Prosperina. Hi, Stacy. So today I thought I would work on a page out of one of her Whimsical Darlings series. Those ones are a little easier. They're line art, but they're really fun and cute. Hi, Megan, Kathleen, Cheryl. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a page from her Cute and Simple, I think is the name of the book. I printed two. I just can't decide which one I want to color. But they're both printed on my hammer mill paper. I did make sure to link it in the description this time, so it is in there for anyone who wants it or wants to know the paper I'm using. So I've literally found myself in a conundrum today because I can't decide between these two pages. I'm kind of leaning towards the lollipop one, but I don't know. This one's cute too. But then also, I can't decide if I want to do my Ohuhus or my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. So, gotta love that, right? So, I don't know. Let's see. Let's start off. We have a couple people here now. Let's start with markers. What markers would you guys like to learn a little more? I love the tri-blends. They're really fun to play with, especially when you have both sets. That's for sure. But I also have the Ohuhus. Oh gosh, how many do I have now? 344 colors. So yeah, I have my Ohuhus as well. I don't actually have 344 because I'm missing a few from the skin tone set, but I have plenty of those. So yeah, I'm kind of debating between the markers, but then also the pages. So I don't know if there's a certain marker you guys would rather see. Let me know. Only bummer with Ohuhu is I'll have to keep getting up and grabbing them from my stand over there, but it's not a big deal. Page wise, they're both perfect. That's why I printed them both. No matter what, I'm gonna color these both this week. I'm just like, which today? I love the hair on this one. It's so cute and curly. Hi, Elise. Then, of course, I really like this lollipop one because it's just so adorable. so hard to decide. The Ohuhu. Looks like most people want to see Ohuhu, so I'll do Ohuhu. And then I think, let's see, butterfly. Looks like a lot of you like the butterfly. All right, we'll do the butterfly. I love this one because doesn't her hair kind of give you Sailor Moon vibes? Or is it just me? I'll do the other one in tri-blends, but we'll work on little butterfly gal here. Okay, so let me grab some colors. Probably gonna start with her hair because that's my favorite place to go. I am working on creating a color wheel for these Ohuhus, by the way, but I'm waiting till I get the skin tone set so I can get the rest. Okay, since we got butterflies, I had no plans, by the way, with color schemes, but I am picturing her with a cute brown hair. So I got some colors here. Okay, I think I'm gonna grab, let's see, my Y13. This will be an adventure trying to find these. Okay. I don't want. Then I want my Y12. No, I want my E130 and E260. Okay, I think those will do well. Hi, Kelly. Okay, and then I want one more light color. Probably leaning towards, what did I grab? 260 is my lighter one. Probably grab maybe 240. Yeah, let's do 240. Okay, there we go. Ooh, it was quite the. Basically, I am doing a lunge from my chair to my marker stand on my little thing over there. And today I was doing this workout app, so my legs are already hating me. Let's make sure all these are clean and ready to go. Green and blue butterflies. Yeah, possibly. We're gonna fly by the seat of our pants today. All right, yep, everything looks good on my nibs. Hi, Dawn. It's been a wee little bit. Gosh, I haven't played with markers in a while. All right, so the colors I pulled out for those who want to color along, and I'll try to hold the cap up. In fact, let me zoom in just a wee bit for you guys. I'll try to remember to hold the cap up or at least say when I'm changing colors, but yeah, try being the keyword, of course. A girl cannot be perfect all the time. Or I don't feel like I'm ever perfect, but you know what I mean. Okay, so color-wise, I did grab Y13, E130, E260, and E240. Now, if you don't have like the bajillion wacky sets, it might be hard, but just pick something similar. I'm going for a pretty traditional brown color here. Hi, is it Katrin? Katrin? How do I say that? Hi, Mona and Yasmin, and anyone I missed while I was trying to do a lunge and grab my markers. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Y13. I think I'll start over here. This one's really dark, so I'm not going to be like all crazy with it. Of course, it would help if I stay in the lines, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's the Y13. We've got the E130, which is also known as copper. Oh, my nib is actually like pushed in too far. I need to pull that out. I don't think I have my tweezers nearby. I'm moving this a lot because it's markers. How is everyone today? I was gonna stream yesterday, but it's been such a stressful week. Lots going on around here, so I didn't have the time. Well, I had the time, but it was my only time to rest, so that's why I didn't stream yesterday. E260. But yeah, I wanted to. It was just I was so mentally exhausted from this week and everything going on. It was not gonna happen. And then E240 is gonna be my highlight color. It looks ugly right now, don't worry. She will have pretty hair soon. I'm gonna just kind of throw this in where I want the highlight so I don't forget. But yeah, so then I decided I would stream today. My son's first soccer team tournament of the new year, I guess. I don't know how to put it. New round of soccer. starts this week, so it's going to be quite uh, crazy this week. Like, all right, back to chestnut. And this is the tournament. I think I've mentioned it to you all before, but this is the tournament where the games are really late. And then each year, as he's like older and older, his games are going to start later and later because, well, we want the little kids to be able to get home at a decent hour, and they just don't care about us poor adults who have to still work the next day or anything like that, or just stay awake. But yeah, like his first game on Wednesday was at 10 p.m. So I'm already like, oh, all right. So we're at E130. Yeah, that starts Wednesday and then basically just goes all the way through to Saturday. And then they're all night games. He has one that's at 5:30, but it's like on a Saturday. So I was like, oh, gee, it'll be fun. The only nice thing is it's not like blazing hot at that hour. So at least I've got that right. Okay, and then we got our leather E260. Yeah, soccer tournament season is here. So my schedule or my midweek schedule for streaming is going to be quite wacky because it'll be going around his tournaments, but also my daughter, who broke her arm, is back in ballet. She's going twice a week because, well, why not? So I'm like, well, I can't even predict when I will be streaming midweek now. It's just gonna be all over the place. All right, and then E240. Just put it in there. Let it dry while I'm doing the rest. See how I like it. Hi to anyone I might have missed. And then back to Y. Actually, I lied. We're gonna do RE240 again. So yeah, I've been really bad because this with everything going on, not just with my son's soccer, but just other things have been going on around here. I'm really bad about my own hashtag that I host every July. So I'm like, oh, that's great. I've been coloring when I can, but I haven't even really had time to color much lately. It's kind of wacky. So I am using Ohuhu because that's what was voted at the start of the stream. All right, this is the Y13. Again, it's not really dark one, but I want to get a little bit more in there. It was between the Tribalins and the Ohuhu, and most people said Ohuhu. So that is what we're using. I actually really like the Tribalins, E130. They're just not as popular because one, they're just not easy to get your hands on, especially out here in the US. And then, of course, the uh, open stock availability. Technically, you can refill the Tribalins, but you're not supposed to. But hey, I'm gonna. Ohuhu, I know has refills coming out now. I keep meaning to try them so I can do a review on it. But if I had my way, actually, I would break out my Copics. But I know a lot of people don't have those. All right, and then we have the E260. That's kind of like my lightest brown. I'm just kind of flicking this in with some layers, nice and light. Once it dries, because this hammer mill paper does stay wet for a little bit, so I like to wait till it dries before I add any like touch-ups. I'm getting, because it's still even a little damp up here. But I like this paper for markers. I absolutely hate marker paper. That one up. Okay, and then I'm just using my E240, kind of going back through my little highlight. And we'll let that dry. I saw some questions. Sorry, one sec. Let me pull this. I'm going to increase the zoom on this for my eyes. Woo! Do ohuhus yellow with age? You mean they're yellow on the paper? Is that what you're asking? And hi to all who have come in. Sorry, I might have missed you there. Okay. Let's go over here. So I'm gonna want to highlight up in here. Yeah, I wanted to stream tonight because of all the soccer tournaments, and this is the only night my husband was off. But my son had a scrimmage, and I'm like, well, you're taking him to the scrimmage because I am streaming. So enjoy. And it's like 100 out there. All right, back to Y13. I haven't had any yellowing problems with my ohuhus. And in fact, some of my ohuhu markers themselves are quite old. Like I'm talking from when they first came out with the brush nib. So, and anything I've ever colored with them, I've never noticed any problems. All right, E130. This image is really cute. It honestly is cute and simple. I love Yana's work. She's so talented. Is anyone else coloring for the hashtag? I've been really lazy about it. I did post it on social media, but that's about as far as I got. Luckily, Erica's on top of it. So she's got it. But yeah, I love Yana. So every July, I'm always hosting the Yana in July. So just keep an eye out every year. But then I get to color all of her artwork all month. And then, of course, she has these cute and simple ones, which for me just always seem to scream use marker on me. At least that's how I feel. All right, and then back to my chamois, also known as E240. All right. I think it looks pretty good. This is dry up here, and I like how it's looking, so we'll stick with it. Oh, you did a page. Awesome. If you posted it and tagged me on Instagram, I haven't seen it yet. I will. I will. It's just I've fallen behind life. Just got 4 of her books today. Awesome. I have if you guys saw the destash, I destashed her Amazon printed ones, but that's because I replaced all of hers with PDF ones so that I could print them on the paper I like. So now I have been printing them off, which is lovely. Like I'm working on one downstairs. I meant to bring it up here to show you guys, and I was running behind, but I'm doing that one with pencil. And then of course this one here is with the hoo-hoos. So the other one that I had printed out for tonight, I'll probably do with my tri-blends. Or maybe my Copics, I don't know. E260. We're not going to use the chamois color in here because there's not enough area. Let's see how that looks. Not too bad. The lighting in here is kind of wacky. It actually looks way better in person. But I like it. I didn't want super dark brown. I just wanted a nice traditional cutesy brown. Simple, cute and simple, just like the book name. And then today during the live stream, I am going to give away a copy of this book. The winner can choose the Amazon printed one or the PDF one. If you're not in the US, though, you'll have to get the PDF one. But if you're in the US, you can choose between either. Well, thanks, Bo Beanie. But yeah, I'll give away a copy of this book. It's super cute. So, like, if you're new to markers, this book would be great for doing marker practice on because all the lines are very open and wide. Um, but then if you can also do these with pencil too. But I usually in not Hercutans, but her Whimsical Darlings um, series, pretty much all of them I usually do with marker. Actually, I only have one um, hair tutorial with marker video, I think. I know it was using Ohuhu's and a Hannah Lynn page. I haven't done a ton outside of that. I usually have them done with marker or not markers, pencils, but I probably should do some more. I don't know. Hair and markers, I'm still kind of perfecting how I want to do it. So I haven't really gotten around to it, I guess. Because I'm always like, I don't know if I like this technique I'm using today. But thank you. Maybe I'll make some videos on it. Yeah, I really need to pull the nib out of this one. It got jammed in there somewhere. I don't care if I cover up that butterfly's little antenna thingy because, yeah. Okay. Just only thing that about markers, so this paper does stay wet so that you can blend, but of course you still have to work sort of quickly. So it's hard to read. I have to wait till I finish a section and then I can look up just for blending, especially because I'm flicking the color in. So I kind of have to be a little bit more diligent with keeping the ink wet so it blends. If I wasn't worried about needing that, I'd be able to look up a little bit more, but okay, we'll see how that one dries. Also, one tip with markers, always remember that you can go back and do a second coat or a second, layer, because sometimes markers, I mean, they always look a little wacky when they're wet. So you definitely want to, wait for it to dry, because right now this section here, this is wet. So wait for it to dry and then see, and you can go back over it with layers. Like this is dry here now, although it's still just teensy damp. But I'm using a paper where the ink stays wet for a while so I can keep blending and manipulating the colors. But because of that, you also need to wait before you go back and add more color or adjust anything because you are not quite ready to do that. So just don't jump the gun, wait for it to have some drying time, basically. So yeah, markers can look really hideous when they're wet, and you'll think that you've ruined your page, and then you'll be like, "Oh, never mind, it's fine." False alarm. A lawyer used AI to write a brief with AI. That would be kind of interesting. Yeah, you do have to be patient with the flick motion, but not really with markers. It moves a lot quicker with markers. I think this is all hair back here, and if it's not, too bad, it's hair now. But I think I'm gonna make this dark right here. So we got this little butterfly over here. I do love markers though. You can finish a page a lot quicker. And once you get the hang of it, even for me, if I haven't used markers in a while, it takes me a minute to kind of warm up and remember what the heck I'm doing with my markers. But then it's fun. You kind of get a technique down. And you also kind of find your own way of blending. I'm not going to use my chamois color here either, just because this is a little bit of a darker area. And I want the chamois color only in the highlights. These are Ohuhus. That's what everyone voted for. So that's what we're doing. These curls. Okay. So with her curls, you can see like how there's an outer, an inner, outer, inner. So the inner part of the curl, I'm going to make darker than the outer part of the curl, if that makes sense, because it's in shadow. So again, I'm just going to take my Y13. Gosh, this I think was in one of the older sets because they started switching to E for a lot of their browns. Gotta love how they just kept changing up the numbering system. All right, and then this is the E130. That's an example of this is one of the newer ones. Okay. Let me get that in there. All right, and then E260, which is my leather. It's actually a really pretty brown. That's kind of a weird thing to say. It's such a lovely brown color, but it is. All right. That looks like it goes under. Oh, thank you, Michelle. The Art Wagon. That's a cute name. All right, so I'm gonna get some of these dark areas knocked out. So like this one here, I'm just gonna do solid. This one here, I might do a little bit of both. Make sure I'm in the frame because I'm all zoomed in. Gotta remember that. Yeah, has anyone else done any Janna pages? I just saw one person so far, other than the other who said they just got the books, but just curious. I was surprised the first time I hosted this tag how few people knew about her. It's crazy how many coloring book artists are out there, and a lot of we just don't know them all. My gosh, there's even ones I find, and I'm like, how long has this person been here? I'm like, oh shoot, little hidden gem, but they weren't really hidden. They've like been out forever. All right. And then we got our shimmy. Because, like I said, these top curls need to be lighter because, well, they are hitting the light. Nice little lesson right there, right? They need to be lighter because they're in the light. Coloring hiatus. I mean, honestly, I haven't been able to color much these past few weeks with everything going on lately here. So that's why there's no June completed pages, and holy crap, it's already like July 10th. So what's going on with that? But yeah, I think I finished one page, like actually finished one page in June. So I didn't bother with the June finished pages. I'll just combine it here in July. But I haven't accomplished much at all. I haven't been diamond painting. I've just been kind of adjusting with things around the house and going on. And then my Etsy store has been keeping me busy. Kind of like a growing pains busy. You're just trying to figure out how to integrate it into your life. Kind of busy. So it's been interesting. Yeah, I didn't accomplish much last month, and I was like, oh. And even when I finally had time to like sit down and color, I was just too tired. That's the worst because you're like, I just want to sit down and color, but I'm too tired. Get more of these darker areas. This one's like her ear right there. Just trying to follow the loopy loops and see what is what, but I'm gonna say that's dark. Like I said, I may come back and do a second layer on some parts of the hair. I don't know, the jets are here. I'll just wait and see once I get all the hair done, I can do some touch up. Now that it's summer, we're gonna have jets, even at night. Like, I mean, I'm talking it'll be dark out, but they do a lot of night drills in the summer. And a lot of country come here in the summer and practice because apparently part of our desert is very similar to the Middle East, like terrain wise. So we're great for practicing. It just sucks for us who live in the flight path. I think I like that one. It's a cute little curl. Let's see. How do you find actually illustrators on Etsy? Well, you mean like how do I find illustrators on Etsy? I'm just not sure what you mean by the actually part. I guess is where I'm lost. um, but I mean, you can just search adult coloring pages on Etsy, and people will pop on it if that's what you're asking. But like some of my favorites that I buy from on Etsy are Yana Prosperina, so like this one, um, Mariola Budek, Delana Green, Christine Caron, Darius Sakasoy. Why are names not coming to me? Those people. But honestly, Christine Caron and Darius Sakasoy, I no longer buy on Etsy just because I know they're going to come out with a book on decent-ish paper. So that's why I haven't really purchased their Etsy anymore. Yeah, the link to this book is in the description already for this specific artist. So I did put it in the description to this book that I'm working on because this page isn't an individual page. It comes from a book of hers, but you can get the whole book on her Etsy or you can buy the book on Amazon. And then, of course, today or tonight, I should say, I am going to give away a copy of this book to someone, whether it be digital or not. The color combo for the Ohuhus I'm using right now is Y13, which is chestnut brown, E30, which is copper, E260, which is leather, and then E240, which is chamois. Chamois. If you want to see it that way. Can't tell. I think looks like there's a break in between her curls. But yeah, that's the combo I'm using. Didn't want to do any like crazy wild hair because I for this one specifically I wanted to just do a cute natural color, a lollipop one. But I was debating between when I started her, I want to do like a really bright pink hair for her. Or something. I don't know. All you ever get on Etsy are AI pages. I mean, there are a lot of AI pages on Etsy. Don't get me wrong; it's pretty oversaturated. But yeah, I mean, like Mariella Budek or the one here. I have it linked in the description below. Um, but most of us on YouTube, if we're coloring a page that's on Etsy, we'll leave a link to it, and that's a genuine artist. I laughed because all of Yana's latest work has a big red stamp that says "Not AI." So I laughed. I was like, she wanted to make sure that was very clear, but it was cute. She's actually a very, very nice woman, by the way. Oh, no, yep, I want my darker one. But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of AI ones on Etsy. They even pop up in my feed. Oh my gosh, I really hope the Jets are not here for the entire stream. Okay, so she's got really tiny bits of curl right there. All right. Okay, and then we got our copper. So a wonderful color. This one I think I'm gonna. So I started rewatching The Witcher. So I'm like rewatching season 1 because the season 3 first half, or volume 1 as they're calling it, came out. Of course, I think at the end of this month, volume 2 comes out, and by then I'll have finished rewatching everything. But yeah, all that's stuck in my head now is that one song, toss a coin to your Witcher. It's stuck in my head. Ugh. I would sing it for y'all, but my singing voice is not good. Not good. Okay. So bummed that season 4 won't have Henry. I'm excited to watch season 3. I'm just waiting for the whole thing to release, but I figure if I rewatch season 1 and 2, by the time I get through all that, I'll be ready to watch it. And then I'll have to wait like a year to see the new ones, but yeah, Monia Gates, I noticed hers have had the big red no AI, which I appreciate, and I know a lot of them kind of feel like they have to because, like I said, Etsy is pretty oversaturated as well. So a lot of the artists are now just adding that, like, "Hey, I'm real." And what sucks is there's quite a few on Etsy, and they don't disclose they're using AI, and I hate that. Just say you are. That's fine, just say it, though. Just be honest with me. But you can also often tell because, the ones that are AI are super cheap, the pages. They're like $1 a page, and that's usually a big red flag. Okay, we got some curls up in here too. That's good, more of them are doing that just to make it easier because it is hard, especially because the way, you get the preview of the image, sometimes by then it's too late. Once it prints out, you're like, "Oh, crap, this is AI." But, yeah, it's not required of them yet, at least, to disclose it. But there are also artists that used to actually draw their own artwork that are switching to using AI, so you'll just wanna keep an eye out for that. Oops, knife went out of the lines. Oh, well. She'll have a little black squiggly. I could grab my colorless blender and try and erase it, but I don't want to. Pure laziness. Yeah, the colorless blender is great if you wanna push a color back in, an oopsie back in. I am often too lazy, so I'm like, "Whatever, it's there." Probably end up doing, like, a dark blue dress anyways, I'm thinking. Dark blue or purple. Let's see. Yeah, that's the problem, like, once you print it, then you're like, "Oh, this is AI." And then you're like, "Oh." But like I said, a lot of them are pretty cheap, like, they'll offer them for a buck a page or, like, $3 for, like, 20 pages. So, I mean, if it's really cheap, that's usually the first indicator, but there are some that are charging a ton of money for AI images too, which I'm just like, "Dude, come on." Right. This brown, I really need to flip the nib on it. It's all getting frayed. Okay. We're getting there. Almost done with her hair. I would totally leave the lids off, but my OCD won't allow it. Just gonna have to listen to the sweet sound of them opening and closing. Let me figure out how I wanna do this right in here. Yeah, I've seen flippers, I've seen, yeah, the multiple fingers. Some of them you're just like, "Can you at least edit this before you put it out?" I mean, come on. It's funny you guys bring that up. I actually just filmed a video today on how to spot AI in books because I had a few people send me messages asking how they could tell if it was AI or not. And, it was funny because I was in a little group call with my bosses back in the day, and there's this I gotta find the app, but it, like, actually tests if you can tell what's AI and what's not. It'll show you images, and I got, like, an 80% on the test. I was like, "Oh, sweet. I'm pretty good at spotting it." But eventually you can spot them pretty easy once you know what to look for. Like, in portraits, you'll notice that most of the faces in portraits are quite similar in bone structure to one another, for example. And it doesn't matter who's made it, you'll just notice a similar face. There's, like, a few different, features, but the bone structure, I've noticed, tends to stay the same. See, even flicking marker hair is relaxing. The backgrounds on some are creepy, but, I mean, I've seen some that have really pretty backgrounds. It's hard to say. I mean, but here's the thing, AI adult coloring pages have actually been around a lot longer than people realize. It's just only because it started to explode, like, what, December of last year? And it was a lot easier to get, your hands on that made it more noticeable, but it's actually been out there and floating about for a while. Okay, I gotta get on to these curls. That one looks like it dips in. That looks like a space. So, yeah, I mean, there's, like, Rachel Mintz, for example, they've been using AI for since, the dawn of time for them. Um, that's an example of one that's been around for a while. No, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of another one, but I can't right now. Yeah, it's been around a while, it's just not everyone was using it. Now everyone is. I got a little here. That one, should curl in. On this side, it's not so clear. It's okay though. I will just guess. Yeah, I'm calling it that way. Hi, Zoe. Oh gosh, Zoe, it's late for you. Woman, what time is it there? Unless you moved, but last I checked, aren't you in the UK? They pretty late. Okay. Oh my gosh, that song's never gonna get out of my head. Oh, yep, that's right. Because Prime Day is starts on the 11th and then goes 11th. Is anybody looking for anything good for Prime Day, by the way? Thinking of that. I've got my eye on this vacuum. Yeah, I know. I live so wild, like, I'm so wild. But, there's a vacuum for pet hair, and I want it for, like, a car. It's like a little handheld one, but way bigger. So, yeah, I'm waiting to see if that goes on sale. There's 2 models, and I'm hoping one of them goes on sale. Oh, that's my life. Snagging a Prime Day deal on a vacuum. But it's like I have a big vacuum, and it's just way too hard to get the stairs and the inside of my car clean all the time. So, yeah, that's my life. But I figure at least one of them has to go on sale, even if it's, like, just 5 bucks off. I just don't wanna pay full price. It's basically where I'm going with that. Ooh, Ohu yeah, I knew Arctics and Ohuhu were gonna have some deals. Price Buster, and of course, this is on Amazon UK, right? I'm assuming. I'm wondering if, Derwent will also be on deal. But I knew, Arctics and Ohuhu were 'cause they sent me their info. Let's see, a sublimation printer. Ooh. Yeah, so when you have, like, Prime Day deals, you can usually expect you can usually expect Arctics, Ohuhu, and, oh crap, what's the other one? Ah, the budgety style-ish companies, tend to have deals for those types of Art and Fly should have some too, actually, that was the other one I was thinking of. They usually have Prime Day deals. Trying to not get this on her skin. Okay. Oh, you finally found me live, Justy. Well, welcome. Like I said, my weekday lives are predictable, but they just happen when they happen. All right. Let's see. Think, yeah. I got one. Almost done with the hair, and then ooh, what to tackle next? I'm gonna work on her dress. I'm also dreading the whole having to do lunges over there to my marker stand. Actually, I've been using my son's Oculus for this one workout program, and it is brutal. Oh my gosh, so brutal. I'm also very out of shape though, so but he's already recorded me, and I look so ridiculous on that silly Oculus. But hey, it's a good workout. But me having to lunge over there to get my markers out of the big case, ooh, the pain is real. Alright. Now I get this one. Almost there. That's I wanna first I thought this was her arm, but I think this is hair. I'm gonna make it hair. I'll just twist it and call it hair. It's hard to say though, 'cause her arm would come up right here. Mm, it would look weird with skin. So yeah, we're just gonna make it hair. I don't care. Get that. So are you buying anything, Zoe, for Prime Day? I know you said you saw those deals, but are you snagging any? I'm not really looking for art supplies this year because I have, well, plenty that need to be used, but I really want that vacuum. Ah, it's so sad. I need to live vicariously through those who are actually buying fun stuff. Let's see. Oh, Michelle. I think I have seen your stuff. I'll have to double check. I'll check it out after the stream, but I think I have seen it. I recognize the last name. Oh, shopping for the hubby. That's the best way to do it, though. Get it cheap and then get yourself something too. That's what I do for Father's Day and his birthday. I'm like, "Well, here's this, but I also found this for myself on sale." Alright, there we go. I think we got all her hair. Now, I may come back and touch it up, but I wanna wait. I'm gonna leave those off to the side. I will need them for her eyebrows, but I'm not going to put that down until I, finish her, like, skin and whatnot. Okay. Let's see. Let's Yeah, I'm gonna leave those empty. I could fill them in, but it honestly looks like big chunks of curls hanging on each other, but might look better colored in. We'll see. Okay, I want to do her dress, but I want to do something, no, something like a darker blue. Let's see, we've got I have some great dark blues in here, I just can't. Ooh, let's see. And I also have this little lace and corset thingy. Maybe, hmm, I don't wanna be, like, too on the cool blue. Oh, the choices. Well, I mean, you like the Ohu aren't bad. I also have the Spectrum Noir Tri Blend. I had like pulled those out in case I ended up using those tonight. Um, but I like the Tri Blends. I like Ohuhu. Of course, I have Copics as well. I love Copics. Arteza aren't bad, but the way they release them is really stupid. It makes it hard to sell on those ones, but I actually really like the Arteza ones. I think we'll do this. Okay, let me grab these colors. Maybe. Yeah, do PB. Let's do that. Well, I just found out that I have two PB1s for some reason. Must be because I've bought like multiple sets over the years to get the full set. So yeah, I have a couple PB1s. I didn't realize I had more than one of them. All right, we'll see how this looks. Probably it's not gonna be dark enough though, but let's try. Let's give it a go. All right, let's start down here. This is PB3. And then PB2. Yeah, I'm already not enjoying how these are blending, but I'll keep with it and make sure. Maybe I'll change my mind after I do the second layer. All right, and then PB1. Go in there. Oh, this is really hard up against this line here. I should have flicked the other way. Also, when you guys are using markers, keep in mind your lighter color will work the same way that a colorless blender does. So it will kind of like soak up some of that color. So just keep that in mind. I always do dark to light, whether it be pencils or markers, but really no right or wrong way to do it. I know quite a few people who do their markers with a highlight first. I just can't do that. But I can't do it with pencils either. So I noticed that I tend to use markers similar to how I use my pencils. Yeah, the Ohuhu are great markers. Um, I wish they had better nibs, but I mean, at least they did start releasing the refills like they'd been promising. Um, but the nib is just not quite as awesome as some of the other brands I enjoy. But I mean, they are incredibly affordable. So there's, you know, everyone has a budget. I mean, of course, I love Copic to death. They're one of my favorite, but they are not the cheapest at all. However, I do feel in the long run, I have spent less on my Copics than all my other markers. Like when I would run out of Ohuhu back in the day, I'd have to buy whatever set that one marker was in to replace it. It was so dumb until they started releasing some open stock, not all. And now they're doing the refill thing, but yeah, I do honestly feel like I've spent less on my Copics in the long run if we do a side-by-side comparison cost-wise. But I also bought my Ohuhus as they kept coming out and expanding their sets, so I ended up spending more that way as well. I don't know. Hard to say. Um, I'm not sure how long I will go tonight, just kinda depends. I've got children roaming about downstairs unsupervised, but my husband will be home soon. but he's off at a scrimmage for my son. Not that my kids are, like, by any means need to be supervised, but if I hear a loud bang, then I'll know that I probably won't be streaming long. But I don't go or plan to go super late because I have a busy day tomorrow. Isn't it great being an adult? Gotta go to bed on time, even if it's summer. Hi, Silverleaf. It's the hardest thing about summer, like, I'm constantly trying to explain to my kids, I'm like, "Yeah, I know you don't have school tomorrow, but I still have things I gotta do." Like, I can't stay up late. I still gotta get up early. It doesn't help that the sun, like, oh my gosh, doesn't even, like, set till close to 10 o'clock. It feels like. So it really screws with you. Alright. Oh, her arm is great. She got it out of the sling for her birthday, just in time for her birthday, so she was quite happy about that. And they actually told her she could go back to ballet, because before they told her she could only go back to ballet and do things while sitting, but they said it's been healing so great that she can stand. She just still can't do any activities that risk her falling on it. So, like, in ballet, she has to stay flat-footed, no leaps, and then, of course, like, no trampoline, no riding your bike. So there's still a lot of, like, things she can't do, but, it's way better than the original, like, what they thought it was gonna be like. So even though she's still bummed, she's like, "I can't do anything." I'm like, "You can do more than, like, we thought you were gonna be able to do." Alright. Yes, I like that blue. I know it's hard to tell on this skirt because it's just so short, but really, she doesn't have a ton of dress. I know it looks like it does, but there's really not a lot of dress here. Take a drink of water. Ugh, that horrible afternoon sun, like, beats down on my art studio. Debating if I wanna keep. Yeah, so I think the inside of her corset will be a different color, and I'll match it up with the lace is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, kids' bones, I mean, heal better than us adults, but, um, like, my other daughter, when she broke her leg last summer, hers was in the cast for pretty much as long as they expected it to be. So this one got off a lot easier, but, I mean, it's never fun, I know, as a kid to have a broken arm, especially during summer because everyone's doing stuff. Yeah, she can go swimming now, and she can, like, she doesn't have to wear her sling. The only thing she has to do is be like, she may get pain because her joints are so stiff from, sitting still. So she'll put her sling on every now and then just to kinda relieve the pressure. Oh, you're on top chat. That's sometimes I'll be on top chat because my thing will switch back and I'm like, "Wait, what? This doesn't look right." Yeah, us being old, break a bone or even just, like, twist your ankle, it's like, takes you 5 months to get better. Kids get to bounce back so much easier. I mean, just for example, like, the bone she broke, like, if it was an adult that broke it the way she broke it, it would be surgery, like, no questions asked, but for kids, it's not. I'm like, "Gosh darn it, to be young again." I do not wanna stick my hand in that wet ink. Push it on this side. Yeah, I'll do this. No, the humerus is not supposed to be an easy bone to break, but, like, funny story. So, um, we went for the 4th of July, we went to my husband's work to watch the fireworks. Like, 2 other firefighter families, their kids broke that same bone this summer, and, but theirs was low enough so they got cast, whereas my daughter's was too high, so she couldn't have it casted. But I was like, "Dude, for a bone that's supposed to be hard to break, it seems like every kid I know is breaking it." Like, so it was kinda crazy. But, yeah, it was kind of interesting to see that when we went to the 4th of July fireworks and all these moms were like, "Yeah, they broke their humerus." I'm like, "Okay, how is it?" Maybe it's just the year of breaking humeruses, I don't know. And there's nothing humorous about that bone. There we go. Okay, I think I'm gonna drag this in just a little more. It's wet though, I don't wanna go too crazy. Get out of bed wrong and you can't move for a week. That's how I feel every day. Feel you. I, like, hear things creak and crack in my body when I get out of bed. It's like the worst. You're like, "Did something just break? What happened here?" The joys of aging, right? Right. Oh, she was on our swing set, and we just have one of those little trapeze bars. Um, it wasn't high off the ground either, so that's why when she got injured, I was like, "Oh, it's not broke, it's probably dislocated." But yeah, she was just on the little trapeze bar on our swing set, fell off, and, ended up breaking her humerus quite well, actually. Like I said, I thought it was dislocated because 'cause I'm like, "Yeah, it wasn't even a long fall." She did hit her arm on the pole that supports the swing set, but even then, I still thought that there was no way well, I get some ink on my hands, no way it was actually broken, but nope. They took X-rays, and then they came back in, and they're like, "Yeah, that's broken." So, no, no issues with the arm. So it was a deformed fracture, and they allowed it to heal deformed, which, like, makes me really worried, but hey, they went to school for this stuff, I didn't, so, um, but what it is, like, she'll have a bump, like, she has a bump right on the front of her arm where it was deformed and healed deformed, but as she grows, because, she's younger, it's going to stretch out and smooth out, and then that deformity will just go away on its own. So, that's why they left it where's the other line that goes to that one? Well, let's see. I'm gonna do this. But, yeah, I mean, it was an odd situation. All I know is I was at my son's soccer game, and my husband called me, and then I had to, like, leave his game, take her to the ER. And what's funny is I guess, like, the day before she did it, my son and husband were talking in the car about how she would be the one probably to break a bone this year, and I'm like, "Well, why'd you guys go and jinx that?" Because then she literally broke her bone, so I have been to the same ER with all of my kids for all their broken bones, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." There's probably, like, a red flag in my file now. And we always show up at, like, right before summer or, like, my son broke his clavicle just before Christmas. We like to aim to have broken bones during the fun times of the year. Oh, I have lost some weight, thank you. Not enough though, my wedding ring still doesn't fit, but almost there. Swear there's no line here, but I'm just going to make one for that part. It's because I stole my son's Oculus and I got a workout program that's on it. That's right, stole his Oculus. I bought it. It's fine. No, it wasn't anything bad. That's what's crazy. Um, like, he just fell off a trapeze. Like I said, I was, like, sitting there at the ER trying to explain to him, like, "Yeah, she just fell off the trapeze, I don't know. I wish I could have some sort of cool magical story that came along with this, but she just fell off a trapeze bar." But, honestly, none of my kids have, like, done anything crazy when they broken their bones. Like, my youngest that broke her leg last year or last summer, she was just jumping on the trampoline. She didn't fall. She wasn't even doing tricks. I mean, because she was, like, 6. But yeah, she just was jumping and broke it, and then, of course, we found out that apparently is the easiest and most common way to break it on the trampoline. It's not falling. I'm like, "Oh, all that padding and netting that we spent all that money on, it's not really needed." But it always looks so much darker when it comes out than the other one. Alright. That's good. Wait to see how it looks when it dries though, of course. Trying to give it a nice satiny look is what we're going for. Yeah, so there is always the risk that they'll have to operate when she's an adult to fix it, but they don't want to operate when she is still developing, because if they operate right now while she's developing, it's guaranteed that her arm will be deformed for, like, good. She'll have one that's shorter than the other, she'll have, like, repetitive correction surgeries the rest of her life. So it's better they leave it deformed and see if it fixes itself than operate right now. Um, I'm going to cover these because 'cause I'm gonna come back with, like, gold or silver to make the buttons, but yeah, otherwise, they would have operated. Like, if it was an adult with that same break, they would have operated on it, but again, if they operate on her, then they're just guaranteeing a permanently deformed arm. So, we'll see. He's pretty confident it'll smooth out, but, I mean, worst case, if it doesn't, she'll have an operation when she's older. Alright. Yeah, I want it to look like satin and shiny. We're not wearing a matte dress over here. We're going satiny. Hmm. And then, of course, if you ever wanna make it look more shiny, you can always take, like, Wink of Stella and put that on there. You can also just take a little bit of white and create some little shimmer lines. Right, now I gotta decide for yeah, my art studio is starting to get roasty toasty because of that sun. I'm gonna pick a color for her corset and her lace. Mm, I'm thinking I don't want it to be too creamish because her skin tone, I'm gonna keep her fairly light. Let's see. Oh, you know what? This might. Hmm. The choices, the choices. Might go with a bluish green, ever so slightly though. I don't want to. No, actually, I know what I'm gonna do. I've done velvet with pencils, but not with markers. Um, but yeah, I've done it with pencils times. It's actually quite fun if you don't mind sitting there layering for for a little while. Let's see, what color was I gonna pick? Pink. Oh, there we go. Um, hmm. Remind me, I'm just holding this up and making sure I like it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's grab these colors. Hang on. Let's see if I like these. I'm trying to keep it simple. Okay. Let's be. I may mix a purple in here. I'm not sure yet. See how this looks. Also, with markers, the more layers you put down, the more color and depth you get. Like, they don't just stay transparent. So, like, as you layer, that's why, like, the Copic swatch cards have you do 1, 2, 3 layers, so you can kinda see what a color looks like if you were to do multiple layers of it. It's actually a good way to swatch your markers too, because rarely do you just put down 1 layer of a color. I don't wanna know what it's gonna look like. Ooh, air popcorn. Fun. Are you gonna put anything on it or just leave it air popped? That's a healthier choice, but I can't do it. I have to have something on my popcorn. Okay. And I'm leaving the markers off to the side to hopefully remind me to put them in the video description after so that you guys know which colors I used. I'm gonna leave them there. That's Let's hope it works. The system isn't perfect though, because after I stream, I usually am like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, and then I forget. Okay. Oops, got a little blue on her skin. That's okay. Do I need a mobile marker cart? Probably not, but that's because all my markers are in that big storage case. I have a photo of it somewhere on my channel. Um, and that's kind of just where I keep my markers, and I like them in there. It's just hard when you're live streaming if you don't have like your colors pre-picked. I have to lean over and grab them. So there's a little strategy to it, but I really like the case I have, or not case, but the storage thingy that I've got them in. Shadow there. So is anyone reading any good books or watching any good shows lately? I have found, aside from the fact that I'm rewatching Witcher right now, but other than that, I'm really bored of TV. I've either been reading or just like being in silence. I don't know. I'm kinda bored. Nothing's catching my interest. Yeah, I mean, right now I'm just rewatching The Witcher because I want to I don't to be honest, I think I only got a couple episodes done of season 2 the first time it had even come out, and it so I wanna get all that before I can dive into the next one. The Housemaid, there's a book I read called The Housemaid, but I don't know if it's the same one you're uh, watching/reading. Yeah, that's I was trying to go for a satiny look, so I'm glad it looks that way because that's what I was trying to do. Alright. Oops. Got a little blue on her brown hair, but that's okay, we'll just say it's reflecting on her shiny hair. Might have to have my kids turn up the AC, like, this sun that hits this window, holy cow, it is roasting in here. Yep, oh, the Frida McFadden one, yeah, that's the book I read. I did read that one. Had one wicked twist. Although I read a lot of suspense thrillers, so I saw it coming a mile away, but still, like, she's good at what she does. Very good at her craft. That was a good book. She's got a few others out that are on my list I wanna read. Yeah, The Housemaid. Like, about a couple chapters in, I was like, "Ah, I think I know where this is going," but still, that it was quite twisted. I haven't read the second one, no, it's on my list. It's on my list to read. I'm curious, is the second one as good as the first? I was kind of thrown off when I saw that there was a second one. I was like, "Oh, we're doing this again?" There's another book of hers, I can't think of the name right now, it's on my I ended up putting it on my Kindle wish list, and I plan to buy it once I get through all the books I've already bought, but, which is another one that was on my list I wanna read, and now I can't think of what it is. She's a good writer for the thriller suspense category, that's for sure. Gosh, the best one I've read this year so far, though, was The Silent Patient. Not by Frida, different author. I keep wanting to say artist 'cause I'm in art mode, but, oh my gosh, that Silent Patient one, normally, I see those things coming, and I didn't see it coming on that one, so I was like, "What?" Yeah, I highly recommend reading that one. You'll sit there and be like, "Well, shoot." It was really good. Kinda using this, like, semi like a color of splendor, but it's just because I wanna dull it out a little. Nora Roberts, yep, yeah, she's a good one too. Goddess of Love. I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to look that one up. Um, I haven't read Behind Her Eyes. One thing I constantly reread is Pride and Prejudice. That's like my favorite book. And in fact, I watched the movie yesterday. I just sat down and felt like watching the movie. Oh, I love that movie so much. Love it. Let's see. Work on the flowers. I think we're gonna make them. Hmm. gonna make them nice light pink, match with her lips. And then, yeah, I think we'll do maybe some greens and pinks. No, actually, we're going purple. We're gonna do some red violets instead. Oh, the Secret Garden. I remember that one. That one was a good one. It's the 2-hour one. I haven't watched the 5-hour one. Um, but I love the book so much. Oh, Mr. Darcy. So misunderstood. Okay. Which red violet do I want to use? Maybe I should do blue violet. Stay in the same color family. Do I want to be a rebel or not? Oh, the choices. Okay, I might jump over. Okay. So I think I'm going to grab just a couple colors. One sec while I grab these. Okay. Woo. Getting a lunge workout. Oh, I like Jane Eyre too. Really? I'll like the 5-hour one. Who's in the 5-hour one? I like Keira Knightley. So, I mean, that was one reason I did watch or get into the other one first, but I have not watched the 5-hour one yet. I need to remember to go on this side, so I quit going over my own ink. But I mean, I reread the book constantly. Oh, I love that book. So wonderful. I'll have to sit down if I have time this weekend, which I won't because I'll be at a soccer field. But if I do, I'll check out the 5-hour one. That'll be what I do as my reward for Sunday, making it through the soccer tournament. Oh my gosh, if my son's team makes the end of the championship, the one thing I hate about this summer tournament that we go to is the championship game starts at 11:30 at night. For Pete's sake. Ugh. And he already is playing that day. So we would have to like drive home and then drive back. Let's see. Um, I'll have to look up the 5-hour one. But yeah, I've read Jane Eyre. You know, I keep being told that I should watch Outlander, but I haven't done it yet. I get like mixed reviews for every like, couple that are people that go, "Oh, you definitely got to watch Outlander." I get someone that's like, "No, it sucks." I'm like, "I don't know which way to go." I'm going to have to just try it one of these days. Okay. Just gonna leave the lids off. Gotta be wild. And the nib of this color throws me off every time. It's like hot pink, but it's not a hot pink color. They're late at night because this is the Summer Night Lights tournament. So the whole point is the kids play under the lights. I mean, they got glow sticks for the watchers. The kids can't wear them that are playing. Um, but yeah, it's a night one, and because he's older, the older kids play later because they want the younger kids in the league obviously not to be starting games at 10 o'clock at night. But I mean, he's even got his game on Wednesday that starts at 10. So I'm like normally asleep and in bed by then. And it's a 1.5 hour drive. It's not close to us. So I'm like, oh, I'm dreading it. And then the one like my husband's gonna take him to Saturday is at 5:30. I'm like, how'd you luck out with the easy time? The books are better. I mean, yeah, honestly, I mean, rarely have I ever found something where I'm like, "Ooh, the show's better than the books," or the movie's better than the books. You know what I mean? Like the books just give so much more information for one, but they also just let your mind wander and you kind of just picture what you want to picture based on the author's words. And I think that just makes them better in general in the show. There's nothing worse than like you picturing a character looking one way in your head and then they totally cast them differently in the movie or show. And you're like, oh, it's ruined forever. That's not how I pictured them. Okay. The purple's not showing up super well, but it's actually purpley pink, purplish pink. This one's wet, so it's not looks darker, but why is that one not showing up? There we go. If we hit the right light, you can see it. I'm not going for super bright because I don't want to take away from all the work I did on her hair. Oh, a Harry Potter series. Yeah, I'm gonna. Last year, I took a nap before we went to his late game. This, but yeah, if he makes the championship, so like they'll play 5:30 on Saturday, and then the championship game is at 11:30, like I said. Um, but the problem is it's an hour and a half drive, so we wouldn't have time to actually like drive home. So we'd have to just kind of kick it out there, get something to eat and then go to the game if he's in the championship. Um, so we will see, but that'll be make for a really long day. That's just how it is. Like you always have that last game and then you'll just be kind of hanging out waiting for the championship game. It'll be interesting because he's also playing for several teams, not several, two teams this year. They're not He's not playing for both in this tournament because he can't, but he'll be playing in another tournament coming up for his second team. So we're basically doubling how many tournaments we go to this year. I don't know why I agreed to that. Yeah, I just wanted a light, subtle color because I want the brown hair, all that work on the brown hair to stand out. I don't want it to be taken over. So I'm actually using kind of like a reddish violet color, but they're really nice and soft. I mean, it's a nice thing about markers. This page is moving along quite quickly. And I'm so out of practice with markers. So I feel like I have two left hands right now or something. I don't know. Doesn't feel natural. Yes, it was crazy that he even got offered to double roster because rarely do they do that. Um, but it was more crazy that I said yes. I wasn't thinking at the time because he was so excited that he got offered that I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then after it was too late to change my mind, I was like, oh crap, what did I just do? I just like doubled soccer in my life. So yeah, good times, good times. Like one of the days this week, he has a tournament game, but my other daughter has gymnastics, and then my daughter goes back to ballet, and she is now automatically on the competition ballet team. They decided they're just going to put her straight on there, so that'll be interesting. But I'm like, well, but I'll be at my son's tournament, so I'm gonna have to get both my daughters rides to their sport because I'll be in this city out here called Tooele that is super far away from my house. Oh, the driving. Wish I would have kept my minivan. My minivan had such great gas mileage. Oh, but I just was tired of having a minivan. I wanted an SUV. But at the time, in my defense, when I got the SUV, my son was not doing comp soccer. Had I known my life would have been driving all over the place all the time, I would have just kept that little minivan. Yeah, my car is not gas friendly. It has that cute little flex fuel option, but it doesn't flex all that often. I fill it up less, but it's just because it has a bigger tank, so don't let it fool you. Well, thanks, Charlie. The reason he was wanted by both was, I mean, he has gotten really, good this year, from practicing, and just he does have natural soccer talent. Um, but yeah, it was a higher division team that wanted him, but this coach was nice enough, and instead of just poaching him, offered to double roster him instead of steal from another team in the same club. And he wanted to go on the higher division team anyway, but he also didn't want to leave his team because in the lower division, because he already knew them and they play together. So I said yes to double rostering, and then now I'm paying for that. Oh boy. But yeah, we have 3 tournaments in July, 2 in August, and then we're done with tournaments because then the season starts with games. So yeah. All right. Almost done with the flowers. I'm just doing 2 layers on these ones because I know when they dry, they're going to be a lot lighter. Like the ones over here are already quite light, which is fine because that's what I was going for. It's just I want the colors to blend. Okay. Just make sure I get the right lids on these. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to do her nails in this light pink color. No, I didn't have to pay twice because he was in the same club. So they allowed me to just pay one entrance fee because they didn't make a spot for him. He's just filling another spot. So thank goodness for that. Otherwise, I would have said no if I had to pay twice. But I have to pay twice for the tournaments. That's where I get kind of screwed. And then each season, I'll have to pay twice for the ref fees and then the park fees. But the annual fee, I didn't have to pay twice. Oh, that's right. I was going to do her these colors too. I haven't always lived in Utah. I'm from California. I just got stuck here. Met a man, had some children, got stuck here. But no, Utah's not bad. It's its own little interesting little place. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's fun. It has its perks, but it's definitely not like California. So I do miss California. But I mean, my kids have known nothing else. My husband's from Utah, so this is all normal to him. Let's see. Let's see how that dries. I may have to add a darker color. I'll just wait and see. Um, yeah, see, that's how I kind of am, Marilyn. I just went with the Copics because honestly, at the end of the day, I felt like I spent more on all these cheaper markers than just, going and buying the Big Daddy, as I like to call it. Okay. Guess I'll start on her skin before I do anything else. Ugh, I really don't like using these for skin though, because some of my skin tone colors are almost out. So this is going to be risky. Let's hope they have enough ink in them. All right. It's beautiful here and in California. I'd say California is prettier, but I'm totally biased. All right, I'm gonna try some of these, and let's hope they're not out of ink. Otherwise, all right, 1 second. Let me grab some skin colors. Okay, I might have to break out my tri-blends because a couple of my colors are missing. So let me grab my tri-blends. We'll just use their handy dandy one. I mean, Utah is getting expensive, but I wouldn't say it's getting as expensive as California. As someone who's used to live, it's still a lot cheaper here. Where is my R20? That's annoying me. Got that one. I got that one. Because if I can find my R20, ooh, I might be able to get away with R29. Maybe even be able to get away with this one. All right, let me see if I can find one of these other ones. Then I'll be able to do all of hoo-hoo. Just can't find the one that I really want. All right, YR030. Maybe. Aha. Found my other one too. Sweet. Okay. No. Lurk away. No worries, Angela. Okay, here's the thing with Sketch and Chow. Okay, Sketch and Chow, same nib, same ink. You're just talking capacity. The Chow and all this, I guess the shape. Hold that up. Let's have a quick lesson. So, we got the Sketch, we got the Chow. They both have the same nibs on both sides. You just have less ink capacity, and then this one's nice and round, whereas this one has the oval shape. So this one's not gonna roll off your desk, but neither will this one because it has these little nubbies. I don't know if the camera will show it because I picked like the worst color, but it has nubbies. So it's not gonna roll either. It's like the Ohuhu. But honestly, if you're okay with it and you want to save money, then go with a chow. Just know that you're going to end up replacing or re-inking and refilling this faster than this. These are also a little lighter, but they're still well made. And again, like I said, the nibs and the quality nibs are the exact same in both of these. Uh, you're just talking shape and ink capacity. So your Copic chow is always going to be refilled more often than your sketch. But if you want to save money, then go with the chow. I really like the sketch though. I feel they store better also because of the shape, but that's just me. And of course, I am incredibly lazy, so I absolutely hate having to refill these. So, um, not that it's even hard or messy. It's actually incredibly easy to do, but yeah, just one gal's opinion. But if you're on a tight budget and you really want to get into Copics, then just go grab some chows. Um, yeah, not all of the colors are available in the chow. So that is one thing. You'll end up having to eventually get some sketch, but you can save a ton. The other thing is you got to keep in mind you won't have your number here on the end of the cap. Instead, it's just right here. So if you're storing them, but like they make these really cute stickers and you can even make them yourself. There's quite a few people that put the little doodad there, but you just won't have it when it's in your storage case. I prefer the sketch, but there's nothing wrong with the chow. Nothing. I like holding the sketch as well. All right, let's hope these aren't out of ink because this will really suck if these ones are. Going back to my Ohuhus. I need the 18 and then I need the 21 for some blush. Okay. Let's hope because I only have one of these ones left. I truly like I'm no like paid spokesperson for Copic. Trust me, Copic does not care about us. They don't care about us at all. When we say we hate the new like refills, they don't care because they know we're gonna buy them. But I honestly think the Copics are by far worth every penny. You're investing, and these things are built like tanks. They're just built well. But I mean, you have replaceable nibs, you have ink, and honestly, their variety of colors, the availability, just yeah, I could go on and on, but yeah, I just say the Copics are better. No, I haven't ordered the refills yet. It is on my to-do list to try, but problem is so like I think it's great that they've come out with refills. Oh hoo hoo. But um it's still the nib, right? So like I absolutely love the Copic nib. And that's just something that Ohuhu's not competing with and not going to compete with as long as they have this crappy nib on here. Once you use a Copic and you experience that nib, you'll know what I'm talking about. And you'll be like, oh gosh, this Ohuhu nib is just not it. Don't get me wrong though. I mean they're great budget. Like for budget, they're great. And the fact that they have refills, you can replace your Ohuhu nibs. And as I've shown many of times, you actually can pull this out and turn it around. So it's like double-ended, which you don't get with Copic. But it's just not the same nib at the end of the day. The color range is not the same, even though they have just as many colors now as Copic. Um, but it's just a matter of, yeah, it's a matter of the ink colors, the color range, the quality, and everything that it plays a role. Because, yeah, I can flip this nib over, but it's still the same crappy nib. It's still what it is. I don't know. And please, please, please don't put Copic ink in an Ohuhu marker, please. You don't want to do that. If you're gonna do that, just buy Copic because you're not gonna get the real experience when you're using the poor quality nib. Just one gal's opinion. Now I have to really concentrate because I suck at faces with markers. Oh no, this is the one that is low on ink. To grab it there. I don't want streakies on her face. And I did just use the word streakies. We're going to call that a technical term. And yes, you could you can just flip this over and use the chisel. I just don't like to. That's just a me thing. Although I might have to because this is really dry. Yeah, this one's really low too. Do I even have another R18? I don't think I do. See, so this one, I'm going to have to break out the chisel because it's so dry that it's going to start streaking if I don't blend it. Now this is wet, so I'm going to see how it dries, but I can already tell I need to fix her nose. Here's my other lid. Okay, I'll let that dry and then we'll see how she looks on that part. Let's see. Hi, Carol. Excuse me. Yeah, my R18. I know I have another one somewhere. I have two R18s, but my R18 was running out. I'm like, oh. That's when you're like, okay, I got to use every ounce of ink. But again, I haven't purchased their refills yet. I'm sure I will. I'll test them out. All right, then I want to add just a teensy. Well, it's still wet. Grab my, not 19, I want 18. I'm just blending some of that pink out so it's not so woo. That's pink. Okay, let me let that dry for a sec. Get the lids on these since these ones are running low on ink. All right. Now we'll move on to her hands. Hi, Melissa. So there's actually a really cheap place I found for Copics if you want to buy Copics, and just buy them as you can afford them, of course. Don't go broke buying Copics. It's called Cozy Scrapbooking Shack, I think, is what it was. But I ended up getting quite a few of my Copics from them, and they were very affordable. So it made it easier to acquire them. And then they don't have all the colors there at this place, so everything else I either got from like Blick or Michael's. It all kind of just depended on if I had who had the cheapest option. So, but yeah, I think it was Cozy Scrapbooking Shack, the name of it. I'll have to double check. Melissa might remember because I think I sent her there for her Copics or to get some Copics. Hold on, R18, you gotta make it through the whole page. This is a lot of skin to cover. Yeah, we're totally gonna have to use the chisel end because this thing's drying. She'd be drying out. And I need just enough ink to blend it out. Okay. Yeah, Cozy Scrapbooking. That's the one. Excellent prices, by the way. Oh, hi, Shannon. Shannon beat. I just saw the link and then I realized it was Shannon that snuck in and leaked it. Touche, touche. I'm telling you, Shannon's on it. You say those things, she's got a link. She comes out of nowhere too. She's like Ninja Linker. But yeah, I highly recommend going there if you want some cheaper Copics. You can also, because Copics are something that really you're meant to use like forever after you get them. Check eBay and buy people's used Copics, even if they're empty. It's not a big deal because you can buy some refills, but some people will sell their used Copics for hella cheap. Like, yeah, you can snag a really good deal on eBay. So just FYI on that one as well. I had I had a friend that got an entire set of Copics on eBay for super cheap and then just only had to refill a few of them. Lucky person. All right. Oh, thanks, Ronnie. Oh, you're hoping they do the buy book deal. I just want that vacuum for cheaper. That's my goal. No coloring supplies, no art supplies. This girl just wants her freaking vacuum for a few dollars less than what it's on right now. I got a lot of dogs with a lot of fur. And I can't do it anymore. I'm making her skin a little darker on these parts because they're tucked in. Hopefully we have enough of my lighter skin color to go through. I have like a little gap here that's for her background. So that'll be an interesting one. A little shadow under that. I think I'll do the top part of the arm first, just so this doesn't dry. Promise I'll look up at chat once I blend this. If this was traditional marker paper, we'd have some time, but it's still not really a traditional marker paper. So it stays wet, but when you have to blend skin, you really have to move a little quicker. I do have a like traditional marker paper pad. Oh my gosh, that stuff stays wet forever. Like you could like seriously go get a cup of coffee and come back and blend your stuff out. It's nice. It's quite relaxing that way because then you're not like, oh my gosh, move faster. Instead of the hot pink, it had orchid. Oh, interesting. Huh. Very interesting. I think they're kind of, a lot of sets have been pre-packaged, so you're going to get some wackiness for a little while, but at least you got that one. I got whatever color. I can't remember now. I showed it in my haul, but I'm like not really rushing to get them because they really aren't a huge difference in color. It's just a pigment change, so they had to change the name and all that, but really it's not a massive change. And as someone who literally stares at Prismacolors almost every day of their life, I'm telling you, it's not a big change for the new colors. Ah, that blue should not be bleeding. That's not good. We do not want that to happen. Does anyone else absolutely love the marker squeak, or am I just a weirdo? I love the sound it makes. Okay. I think we'll have enough skin tone for that one. Gotta be careful though, this blue is like still moving. Yeah, I just like the marker squeak. I don't know what it is. It's just like, oh, so relaxing. And you get more of a squeak when you're running low on ink, which should not be relaxing because that should be stressful, right? Because then you're like, oh shoot, I gotta refill these. But no, I find it quite therapeutic. Shadow here because obviously I'm going to be all highlighted under that. I'm trying not to touch the blue because apparently the blue is still moving, which is weird because that should be really dry by now. Oh, how I love this chisel knot. Ugh. Okay. All right, her skin I'll leave for now. Let's see, R19. Okay. Let's put these over here. So I think for her eyes, what I'm going to do, so keep this nice and simple. So I think I'm going to pull, maybe, I might pull these colors from down here. I'm debating. What do you mean, why doesn't Derwent put out a set of new 28 colors? I'm kind of confused on that one. I must have missed something in the conversation. All right, real quick, since we're kind of like already pretty far in here, let's go ahead and run the giveaway. So if you haven't entered, you probably want to do that now. The word is cute, as in literally, cute. I'll type it in. So you'll want to type that in to the chat if you want to be entered. And then how it's going to work is if you are in the US, you can choose to either get this as a paperback copy on Amazon because they do have it. Oh my goodness, like look at you guys all at once. You can get the paperback on Amazon if you prefer the paperback, or you can get the PDF edition. Now, if you're not in the US, the only option I have for you is the PDF version that I'll buy off Etsy and send to you. So yeah, just keep in mind that's the rules, of course. No, it does not have to be in caps. It's not cap sensitive. Nightbot forgives the caps. I just wrote it in caps so that it would stand out for you guys, but I'll give you guys a minute to put in your entry. Well, I debate. Actually, no, I really need to add another layer right there, but it will not make it. Let me get her eyebrows in while I wait, and then I can do pull for a winner. And I'm just using the same colors I used on her hair for her eyebrows. Okay. And I do need to close my blinds because they are, that lovely afternoon sun has finally hit me. That sun is brutal. Yeah, so the ink tints from Colt Pens is just curated. Derwent has nothing to do with that set other than they supplied the pencils. Like, they don't have anything to do with it, though. They gave it to, Colt Pens created that on their own. So just keep that in mind. But the open stock themselves would be kind of a pain to get without Colt Pens doing that. So I like how they do that. But they've always done that with all sorts of varieties. I need to get this thing in her eyeball. Okay, so let me run. So if you haven't entered, sorry, but I'm gonna go ahead and run the thing so I don't forget. And it's Stacy. So congratulations, Stacy. You have won. Nightbot is being a little slow here. There we go. So you can either pick the PDF edition, or if you want a paperback one, you can get I'll send you the paperback one from Amazon. You just let me know which one you want. And then, of course, just send me an email. So an email with your preference. Oop, not in caps. I'm trying not to type in caps for you guys. Oh, I don't even know if I spelled my own email right. Yeah, I got that in there. So yeah, just go ahead and shoot me an email. Let me know if you want the paperback or if you would prefer the PDF, and I will get that going. All right, let's see. Her eyes. First I was going to do blue because of the dress. I don't know. I want to work on my little butterflies. So for the butterflies, I want to do light colors because I'm going to put some iridescent on their wings. So let's do some tealish colors. Oh, hi, Erica. Yeah, I don't want to do the violet just because I want to stick to, I'm picturing kind of like a tealish color, almost like a nice blue-green. But that's because I'm going to be using, one of my sparkly paints to do something on top of that and make them all shimmery. So that's my plan at least. And then, yeah, for the background, that part, I don't know yet. It's not June anymore. I don't have to do the background first. But let me grab some of these colors real fast. 1 second. 500. Six. Three, two, two, and 320. 3, 2. Oh, pizza took forever to find that BG4. Woo! All right. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Hi, Emma. If you're, I'm pretty sure Emma's asleep. Because yeah, I mean Zoe is up though. That's why when Zoe said hi, I was like, "What is? It's way late there." I'm gonna zoom out just a little. That way you guys can see a little better what I'm doing here on these. But yeah. Yeah, it's late in the UK. Okay, so I've grabbed a couple teals. All right, we're gonna start on. Oh, I might even break out. Okay, 1 second. I have to. Should use. I may actually use the PB3 that I had before in my. All right. Yeah. Okay. We're organized now. I will say the one nice thing about an Ohuhu is it has a lid that fits on the back end, whereas Copic, despite all the money you pay, doesn't. You'd think for all the money they would figure that one out. But you can put the chow on it, so at least they got that going. But yeah, the Copic sketch. Sometimes you're like, come on, I paid all this money and y'all can't do this. 9:45 in Canada. Yeah, it's like 7:45 here. So many of us have the insomnia. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. So I'm going to mix some of the blue from her dress into some of these butterflies as well. Because obviously we want to bring colors up. And I really do not want to get that on her skin. I need to clean my blue markers because they are getting stuff all over me. Okay. these two actually blend together quite nicely. So this is PB3 and G500. And they blend nice. Of course, now you can't see because I zoomed out, but it's a really it's a really nice blue blend. Yeah, they should, but I mean, what can I say? I mean, I always get messy doing markers too, especially if I haven't cleaned my markers in a while, and you can get all the gunk ring. Never open your marker on top of your picture unless you want to, well, ruin it. So, because I've had many of markers just go splat because of the pressure that builds up. Okay. If I zoomed out too far, let me know. I was just trying to make it so like you guys could see a little bit more of the whole thing. But I kind of feel like I'm out too far now. Oh, the red markers. I make the biggest mess with my purple markers. I'm not gonna lie. It's usually the purple ones where I make a really big hot mess on my page. Good night, Pfaff. Get some sleep. Right. Okay. I almost like this combo. Nice. All right, I'm done with the blue for now. But yeah, I have so many holographic little paints and accents that I want to use them on these, so that's why I'm going with lighter colors. Let's see. So 326, 322. Got lids all over the place now. And then, okay, there we go. So we're going to keep these kind of a nice light tealish color. Oh, I made some watercolor paints the other day, not for Sketchbox, just for my own fun. But yeah, that pigment is no joke. But I mean, I wore gloves so that I wouldn't get it on me, but I'm like straight up wearing practically hazmat gear when I make watercolors because I don't want to inhale that stuff. Not that they're all toxic, but still, there's some, it's still in powder form. I don't want to be inhaling that. Call me crazy. Alright, this one's gonna be a little tricky. I'm going over these little things here because I'm either going to do those in silver or gold, kind of like with her buttons I did on her dress. I'm just debating if I want to be a silver or gold. I'll do like a teal gel pen. I don't know. We'll see which way the wind blows me when I get there. Okay. Marker streak on the chin. Oh no. So that's the worst because you'll get it on your hands and then you won't realize it. So you'll touch your face and then, oh, there it is. It's not like alcohol markers wash off super easily, but fun fact, just take rubbing alcohol and it'll come off a lot easier. If you have a paper cut, though, it's not going to be pleasant. I feel like these flowers over here are wet or something. One thing I really like with alcohol markers is when you build up enough ink and the paper keeps it wet that you can actually just see the ink blending and gliding on top of it. It's like the coolest effect ever on my side of things. It doesn't really show up on the camera, but it's really cool. All right. Without getting my hands in the ink like we just talked about. And today's only Monday, isn't it? Oh, see, I'm all screwed up because usually in my midweek one, I at least do on a Tuesday or Wednesday, it feels like. It's only Monday. Well, shoot. I have a feeling this week's going to go by really fast for me, though. Okay. Yeah, the antibacterial wipes will work. Usually they have rubbing alcohol in them. Just don't go using Clorox on your face now. But I mean, it's kind of similar. You could also use hand sanitizer, and that'll get the ink off you a little bit easier. Yeah, the fireworks out here, they're allowed to go so many days past the 4th, and I think we're way past that, but they still shoot them off. And this one, I'm gonna make this a little darker in here. But it annoys me too. Especially when you're like, I just want to go to sleep. I understand that there's people that want to be up till 11 o'clock at night, but I am not one of them. I'm that cranky lady that's just like, go, be quiet. Let me go to bed. Okay. Bring that all the way over. This one I don't want to have as much of the lighter color as the other one. This one a little darker. Okay. crazy ladies unite and then fix that real quick. I'm leaning more towards crazy and cranky. It's fine. We can be both. The crazy cranky ladies. My gosh, I felt like such a crazy cranky lady this 4th of July when they're like, we're not starting the fireworks till 10 o'clock. I'm like, but bedtime. Like, I want to be in bed. Oh my gosh, that was like the longest night ever. That's when you know you're getting old, right? When they're like, something's going to start at 10. You're like, yeah, no, I can't do that. Sorry. It's past my bedtime. But I'm one of those people that wake up at the same time no matter what time I go to bed. So, like, I really need my sleep. Otherwise, I'm just mean the next day. All right. I'm going to wait and see how that one dries. I might add a few more layers. We'll see. We're now the crazy crankies. It sounds like something a toddler would have. Like, oh, my toddler's got the crazy crankies again. It's like a phase. Trying to stay in the line on this one. Ooh, what I wouldn't give for a bullet nib right now. Okay. So we're gonna take this one out. Are there newer folks in my Discord? Sadly, as embarrassing as it is, I'm not sure. There might be. I haven't been on Discord. I need to get on there. Last week was just, yeah, I didn't, too much going on, so I need to get on there and see. I know we had a few people join, but I need to get in there and check it out and get back on top. I'm like so behind on social media. Like I have a ton of messages on social media I haven't responded to yet. My own hashtag. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get back on that. All right. Okay. Oh, I love teal. Such a beautiful color. In fact, I think her eyes are going to be one of these colors here. And this will look really good with the sparklies on top. This dark blue and teal blend. I know, at least you got the hashtag. I was telling people that actually earlier in the stream. I was like, Erica's got it. We're co-hosting, but I'm really just here for moral support. I mean, I'm streaming and I've got the thing going, but on Instagram, I'm like so behind. I have all these messages in my inbox that I've been tagged in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so awful. But it's just I've been too busy. Okay. I think I do want to make her eyes nice and let's see. Oh, I see what you're saying, Kelly. Yeah, 5 a.m. to Simca. It does. I don't really want to do the violet eyes. It's a good idea. It's just not the way I want to go with her. But I gotta do the little. I need a warm gray of sorts. Ugh, but all my grays are not. So I'm gonna take one of my Spectrum Noirs that are nearby because I just need a warm gray for the insides of her eyeballs to make them look like eyeballs. Actually, we're gonna do a cool gray. Where's this one? Because my Ohuhu grays are all stashed in a bag and not in my big old storage thing over there, and I am not about to dig those out. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking actually I'm going to do the blue because what I did is I have the dark blue from her dress up here. And I want to bring more of this blue up here for balance, but I'm not going to do crazy dark blue eyes. I'm actually going to do some lighter blue. I also need my white gel pen wherever it is. Night, Mona. Look at that. My white gel pen still works. It's a miracle. Okay, let's see. Is PV1 the darkest? I need my chart. Okay, got PV1. And then 140. Okay, so 120. Don't mind me, I'm semi-talking to myself. And we'll mix a little teal in there too. Okay. Sure. Ew, that butterfly right there is super wet. I want to stick my hand in it. Let's see. See, I'm doing a little bit of teal and a little bit of blue. So we'll have the best of both worlds. I think I'm going to actually take this teal. Ugh, the nib on this one blue is like frayed, so it's not giving me the lines I want. It's all right though. Is super hyper focused on creating her eyeballs at the moment. Oh, she does match my clipboard. Didn't really. That wasn't on purpose. Or maybe subconsciously the colors of my clipboard spoke to me. I don't know. It's actually one of my favorite clipboards. Get that teal in there. Okay. Still a little wee bit wet, but just gonna add the white back to where I want it. Alrighty. Yes, teal is my favorite, but yeah, my clipboard. I didn't do that intentionally. Oh, let's see. So many choices. I wish these stupid. Oh, let me grab them real quick. I wish these awesome Nuvo glitter markers actually worked. I had bought a 3-pack and these don't work for crap. I don't know if anyone owns these, but I hope yours work better than mine. Mine do not work very well at all because I would love to use them on this page, but no worries, Erica. Get some sleep. So I think what I want to do, these need to be dry all the way. I'm going to grab some stickles. I don't know if I just got a bad batch of the Nuvo glitter markers or what, but yeah, that's been my experience with those. It's really flustering. All right, I think that'll be a good one. The Nuvo, are they water-based? You know, that's a good question. Yes, they are. Water-based, lustrous, sparkling color marker pen. But they've been this way since I got them, so it makes me wonder if there's something up with that. Let's see. Do I want to do it? Nope, I don't want to do that one. And I think for her little things, actually, I'll do stickles for those as well. Let's do. No, don't like that one. Ooh, that one might work. Okay. I do not bullet journal. So I am the probably last person to ask on the bullet journaling angle. But yeah, I'm not much of a bullet journalist. I tried it and I got bored real fast, so never again. I'm just putting little stickles. This is the color is Cayman. It's like a teal sparkly one. Oh, now it doesn't want to work. Air bubble. No, I don't want that to explode on my page. Because that would be how I would end my page, with a big sparkle explosion. But yeah, I wish I could get into bullet journaling because I've seen what people can do, but it's just not for me. All right, I think I'm going to go with this platinum. I think. I'll try that. I haven't thrown them out yet. I've held on to them out of spite more than anything else, but let's wiggle this around. Come on. Let's see. Oh, I like that. I do. No, it doesn't show on your guys' side very well, but it shows for me. I think for background, I'm going to have to do tomorrow because I have to make sure my alcohol inks on the page have actually dried. Because even that blue was moving after I was done. But yeah, if those aren't dry, I'm probably going to do, usually what I do on my hammer mill paper is I'll use like my distress inks because they tend to flow and move around really nicely on this paper. But let me zoom out. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow since the blue was moving even when I was doing the skin, and it had already been a hot minute. But this is where we're at so far. Maybe if it'll zoom out a little more. There you go. Woo! That went fast. So yeah, this is our lovely gal so far. Tomorrow, after like everything is dried, I'm probably going to hit up the background, and I'm going to do it in a really nice, like light purple, violet sort of thing to kind of round it all out. Maybe add a little bit of pink distress ink in there as well. I'm gonna have to get in between her curls, which will be an adventure. And then when I'm done, I'll work on adding the extras to the butterflies, but I'm debating if I'll end up outlining the butterflies in all white. If I do that, though, of course, I have to do the background first. But yeah, that's what we got done today, our cute little gal. Like I said, this is just the Whimsical Darlings, cute and simple. It's one of my favorite books to use with markers. Doesn't matter which brand. You know, Copic's better, but whatever. But yeah, I like this one. She's super cute. And hey, I finished a picture. Look at me go. I finally finished something this month. But yeah, it's been about 2.5 hours, so I think I am ready to go take a rest. But see, art marker is great because if I streamed 2.5 hours doing pencils, we would have not been this far. In fact, I probably would have still been on her hair, if I was being completely honest. So yeah, like markers are way quicker and they're so much fun. But thanks for hanging out with me, you guys, on this wonderful Monday. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. Kelly, if you haven't, please do shoot me that email so I can get you the copy of this book, whichever you prefer. And then, yeah, I will have some videos out this week for you guys. And until next time, bye.